Hi guys, so I'm finally back in Austria with my beloved books, and oh yeah, I guess my family is here as well. But I got a new bookshelf and I organized everything differently, and also have quite a few more books than I did last year, and so I thought I'd show you my new bookshelf, I guess. I hope you enjoy this video, so let's jump right into everything. So I'm going to start just with my old bookshelf right here, which has not changed much. At least this one right, this shelf right here hasn't changed. I just organized it alphabetically. This one hasn't changed a bit, this one hasn't changed, and this is just my Detective Conans, which also haven't changed. So let's move up here to the shelves that have actually changed a little bit. So on the top shelf right here, I have entirely fantasy books. Yeah, I think that's my only category in that sense. The only category that these are just fantasy. So let's start right here with Ilona Andrews' On the Edge trilogy. It's not a trilogy actually, there's a fourth book that is on my TBR shelf, which I can finally have now that I have more space. But yeah, these are the first three: On the Edge by Moon and Fate's Edge. Then I have the Graceling Trilogy, Graceling Fire and Bitter Blue by Kristin Cashore. I still have the same amount of House of Nine books by PC and Kristin Cast. I do want to get back into the series and I do want to finish it. But yeah, I haven't gotten around to that yet. The Hunger Games trilogy, Stravaganza, 1, 2, and 3 by Mary Hoffman. Still in German. I have Divergent and Insurgent by Veronica Roth. I have, I have Harry Potter 1 through 7. This is 7 in English. No, this is 7. I am not... Wait, this is both 7. Guess what? These are all German. This is English. And then these are Spanish. Also Harry Potter, yeah. Sorry guys. I'm a bit off my game today. This trilogy is the Shiver, Linger and Forever trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater, which, yeah, is... I read for the Booktubeathon. I have Lord of the Rings in German, and I have 4 books of J. Wells' Sabina Kane series. We have Red-Headed Stepchild, The Mage in Black, Green-Eyed Demon, and Silver-Tongued Devil right there. And the pictures are really not that interesting on the cover. And here I have just a little lavender candle, which serves to hold up all the books. And on this shelf right here, I have trilogies, but not only full trilogies, also books of, like, out of trilogies where I only have 1 maybe or 2, or not even trilogies, it might also be series. So yeah, that's what I call organization. Okay, the first book is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendari Blake, and the sequel, Girl of Nightmares, I believe, I really want to get, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. I really like this book. I have Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. The High Society, I believe it is a trilogy by Ali Carter. I have High Society, Uncommon Criminals, and Perfect Scoundrels, which doesn't match in cover, so that is terrible. I have all 5 books of the Gallagher Girl series, where also 1 book doesn't match. I do not know what went through my mind when I got this. But yeah, all 5 books of that series. Stay in line, stay in line. Okay, here I have Matched by Ali Condi, which is a book I really did not enjoy, so I am not going to pick up the sequels. Definitely. I have Dawn Cook's The Decoy Princess, and then the sequel Princess at Sea, which are really fun reads. I know they're not like well known, but they're really enjoyable actually. I really like these books. I have The Assassin's Prayer by Ariana Franklin, another book I did not like. I have Ink Death by Cornelia Funke in German, which is the 3rd book of the Ink Heart trilogy. I have Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll, and I know this series, oops, we're falling over apparently. This series is quite long, but I'm not that, oh, no, don't do that, no. Sorry about that. You're not very obedient today. The series is quite long, but I'm not sure I'm going to get the sequels because I'm not that into it, I guess. I have The Necklace of the Gods by Alison Goodman, which is the 2nd book to, I think, The Pearls of Wisdom, which is also called Ian and Iona, so don't get mixed up there, because I did. It's actually the same book, just with different titles, and I really want to get the first one. This is the second one. I love the series, I really do. This is The Magicians by Lev Grossman, which I did a review on at some point. The Unbecoming of Maradaya by Michelle Hodkin, which I really liked. I'm definitely going to pick up the sequel to that one. And I don't know if there's a third one yet, or ever. I have Legend by Marie Lu. I have The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch, which is incredible. This book is so good. I love it to death. I still only have the first 3 books of the Maximum Ride series by James Patterson, The Angel Experiment, School's Out Forever, and Saving the World and Other Extreme Sports. Right here, I have Across the Universe by Beth Revis, a kind of misshapen copy of Unwind by Neil Schusterman, and then Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, which is so good. Like, literally so good. I don't know how Laini Taylor does it. She's like a magician with words. And I hate this cover. It's like the cheapest version of this book available, I think. So I'm probably gonna get this and the sequel in hardcover at some point, because it's just so good. Oh my gosh. This over here is another kind of newer shelf that I've created here. This is Standalone Books. There's no other specification as to their genre, author, or anything. This is just standalone books that I have, and you can see how little there actually are. I'm really just a hooker on trilogies and series, because if I like a book, I don't know, I like to pick a book where I know that if I really like it, I can read on and read on and read on for a really long time. So yeah, here is first of all Libba Bray's Beauty Queens, which is really good. I really like this book. I do. It's very strange, actually. It's very different from anything else I've read, but it's really, really good. The Memoirs of Cleopatra by Margaret George, which is just like the biggest book ever. Serafina by Rachel Hartman. The Uninvited by Liz Jensen, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Both of these books I did reviews on, by the way. I have Mara, Daughter of the Now by Eloise Charvis McGraw. Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. This is the book called The Sherlockian by Graham Moore, which is really nice. I really like this book. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, which is really, really awesome. I love this book so much. I've heard really good things about Patrick Ness in general, so I'm going to probably pick up some of his other books. Okay, we have here Deathless by Catherine M. Valenti. Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson. And the last book is An Apple a Day by Emma Woolf, who is, by the way, the great niece of Virginia Woolf. And this is a book in which she talks about dealing with anorexia and that kind of stuff. And it's really interesting. So if you care about that topic at all, maybe you should check it out, because it's really inspiring and it's really awesome. Now, if you move on from this shelf over here, you see my new little shelf on the wall. I love that we actually found this in our basement, and it's actually exactly the same wood as my other one, so these really match, and I don't know why I didn't find this one before. But on here I just have, on the bottom shelf, I have classics. These are all English classics, and then these are German classics, and there's exactly 3 French classics at the back. And then these 2 shelves are TBR, and it's much too much, honestly. I have too many books that I haven't read. It's a sacrilege or something. But yeah, let's just start with the classics, because they're nice and easily found here at eye level. The first 2 are actually not really classics, it's just poems. No, it's just poetry. So here we have 18th century women poets, and then here's the Penguin Book of Restoration Verse. And then, okay, let's start with Jane Austen. I've only ever read 2 books, apparently, of hers. I think I've read more, but these are the only 2 I own. I have Mansfield Park and Pride and Prejudice, which I hate that they don't have mention covers. Oh my gosh, but I think I have to get over it, because look at that. It's just nothing matches. Okay, here we have Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And then 3, these just keep falling because here I don't have any kind of hold up thingy, so this is still a work in progress apparently. I have A Study in Scarlet, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I love Sherlock Holmes. My goal is to get all of the books about him because it's just so interesting. So interesting. The Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald. Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. Here we have Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird. I was about to say Mockingjay. Like, nope, that's not exactly the right book. We have Lies of Silence by Brian Moore. And then a bunch of George Orwell's books because I did a paper on him for my for my finals. Animal Farm, obviously. Burmese Days, 1984, and Shooting an Elephant, which is kind of a short story and essay collection. And then the last 3 books here are Spirits of the Dead, Tales and Poems by Edgar Allan Poe, Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, and Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. Okay, and then there's theoretically a little space right here. Or not. They don't really agree. What is happening? And I just wanted to keep this separate from the German classics, or at least the stuff we read in school. So I have Goethe 1 and 2 by... No, Goethe 1. Faust 1 and 2 by Goethe. Oh god, just the heat is getting to me. Seriously, I can't think. Here we have Gerhard Hauptmann, Steve Weber, Der Sandmann by E.T.A. Hoffmann, 2 books by Kafka. I think this is called The Trial, I'm not sure, and this is called The Metamorphosis in English. Naht an der Weise by Lessing, Buddenbrooks by Thomas Mann, Der Traum der Vernunft by Michael Schneider, and at the back here I have Huis Clos, still, by Sartre, and then 2 books by Eric Emanuel Schmidt, Oscar et la Dame Rose, and Monsieur Brime et les Fleurs du Courant. Moving on to my TBR, which again is much too long. So we have Magic Slaves by Ilona Andrews right up here. This is part of another series that she did, but it's not the first book and I haven't read any of the others, so this will spend a lot of time on my shelf until I get around to buying the other books. I have Steel's Edge, which is the 4th book to the On the Edge series you saw earlier. Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas by John Boyne. City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare, which is the 4th book in the Mortal Instruments series. Mark C. Danielewski's House of Leaves. The Prague Cemetery by Umberto Eco. Both of these I've started but haven't gotten very far. I have The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. Fitzgerald's 10 Days a Night and The Beautiful and Damned. Elizabeth I by Margaret George. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. City of Secrets by Murray Hoffman, which is the 4th book in the Stravaganza series, where you saw the three first ones on my other shelf, and they were in German. This is in English. Sophie Kinsella's Can You Keep a Secret? Sorry, a bit shaky. Life of Pi. Right next to it are the first 5 books of the Game of Thrones series by George R.R. Martin. I've started the first one, but for some reason I prefer watching the TV show, so don't know when I'll get around to reading these. I have Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained by John Milton, which is really hard to read. I feel like I've worked my way about halfway through, or not even halfway through, but this book is very tricky, honestly. Here we have Haruki Murakami's 1Q84, which is a trilogy. I've read the first and about half of the second one already, but I want to keep it here just to remind myself that I still have to finish it. I have The False Prince by Jennifer A. Nielsen, King Arthur, The True Story by, what's his name? Their names, Graham Phillips and Martin Keatman. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I don't know how to pronounce that. Extras by Scott Westerfeld, and then Toby Young's How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. And then here's just some random stuff, and at the back is like trial read or whatever of John Green's The Fault in Our Stars, which I have to read and buy the book finally, because it's a terrible thing that I still haven't read that book. So anyway guys, that was my updated bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you are enjoying summer as well, because here in Austria it's kind of strange right now. Like, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's just scalding hot, and sometimes it's both things at the same time. Not a good mixture. No. No. Anyway, have a wonderful week, and I'm going to talk to you soon. Bye!